Thank you for joining us tonight for our virtual open house program. My name is Dr. Kristen Barnello, and I am the administrator of the Westchester Cyber Program for students in our middle and high school level. Tonight, you will have the opportunity to meet each of your child's teachers virtually through video introductions. Before we get to that portion of tonight's program, please allow me a few minutes to go over some program reminders and expectations for the Westchester Cyber Program. As a reminder, students do need to complete their attendance check-in through their Schoology homeroom by 10:45 each day. This is being managed by Ms. Zamaroni, our cyber coach, and she will be sending reminders to families and students if they do forget to complete their check-in. If students do forget to complete their check-in before 10:45, they can submit it later, and we will just mark that as a tardy in PowerSchool. Obviously, there are times where mistakes happen and things are forgotten. In that situation, please do contact either Ms. Zamaroni or myself. We do have the opportunity to look at Schoology for analytics to see if the students were logged on before that, and we can take that into account in recording student attendance. If there is a chronic situation where the students are chronically forgetting to log into their homeroom, then we will need to set up a meeting just to make sure that the students are aware of their expectations. In the case where your child is ill and needs a few days off of school because of illness, please do send the attendance notes to the building level. You'll see their contacts listed below, as well as in the programs for tonight at the different levels for middle school and high school. Any vacation requests that you have for the school year can be submitted to me via email. There is the vacation request form. If you don't have that, I can certainly send that to you. And then all approvals will be done digitally as well. As a reminder, students in some classes, such as direct instruction math, direct instruction reading, study skills, strategies, and other courses do have live requirements for their courses. That information has been communicated by the teachers and should be monitored. Students who fail to show up for those classes, it will be considered the same as a student not showing up in the building, so a class cut. There are both academic and behavioral consequences to chronic cuts. As far as the student expectations in cyber, they mirror what we would expect in our brick and mortar classes. So we do want our students to engage fully with the amazing content that's being developed by the teachers. We need you to communicate with your teachers whenever you have instructional concerns or if something is not working for technology. As we've all experienced these past few months, there have been some hiccups or gremlins, as I like to call them, within some of our technology platforms, including Schoology, Zoom, Flipgrid, and some of the other apps that we use as well. If needed, please do schedule one-on-one time with Ms. Zamaroni. She's our cyber coach, and students are benefiting greatly from meeting with her. She has experience as a cyber teacher and can work with them on skills such as time management, organization, and setting up dedicated learning spaces in their homes so that they can be successful. Of course, we do expect all of our students, cyber, brick and mortar, remote, to adhere to all the policies set forth in our student code of conduct, as well as following the acceptable use policies directed toward technology. As far as grades, we do want students and parents to check their grades in PowerSchool, also known as Parent Portal. As a reminder, that is the official record for student grades. Schoology does have a gradebook feature, which you can check and see if student work is missing. However, Schoology Gradebook is not the official gradebook of record. Think of it more of a communication tool and to see what your students have handed in, what they've submitted, but is just awaiting a grade from the teacher or what might be missing. Additionally, we do encourage that two-way communication, both with students and teachers, as well as parents and teachers. The best way to reach your teachers is through email or Schoology. Schoology does have a messaging feature where parents and students can reach out to their teachers. You can also reach out to the teachers by phone. Right now, many of our teachers are working in their buildings, so they do have their building extension. However, some of them are working remotely, so they might set up other apps such as like a Google Talk phone or prefer a Zoom conversation as well. So just set up those times. You will see that in each of your students' classes, the first thing that you will see listed are the ways to communicate with the teachers. Many of them also are using Calendly as a means for students to set up one-on-one time for either instructional or technology support as well. If your child is experiencing any struggles in our cyber program, we would ask that you follow the following procedures to find them the appropriate tools for support. So any academic issues, if they're just not understanding the content or the concepts being taught in the classroom, your first point of contact is with that classroom teacher, and to set up either small group or one-on-one support. All of our teachers do have office hours available throughout the week. While they may not be every day, they are at least every other day and throughout the week as scheduled. If your child is struggling acclimating to the cyber environment, the best point of contact would be our cyber coach, Ms. Samaroni. Again, there are ways that she can provide support to the students so they can learn how to become a successful cyber student. Learning is different in a cyber environment. It is a lot more student-paced, and sometimes it's just simple fixes as far as how to navigate the courses that really can help a student be set up for success in our program. As we know, students, especially at adolescent age, do experience some social emotional issues. In that situation, the best point of contact would be your child's counselor. I have them listed here, but they're also listed later on in tonight's program for both middle school and high school. Our counselors have been working tremendously over the summer and at the start of the school year to develop resources, especially for students as we all navigate this quarantine and pandemic living, dealing with the different experiences that all of us are facing and traumas that we're facing. So if you're noticing that your student does need additional support in the areas of social or emotional health, please do reach out to your counselor so that we can provide them with support. Of course, at any point, if you're not sure who to reach out to, the two main points of contact would be myself or Ms. Samaroni, and then we would be able to either support you and your student or be able to get you in contact with the people who are best equipped to support our students. Navigating Schoology can be a challenge. I've been noticing in some of the conversations I've had with students and parents that some of our students are just clicking on assignments that are in the calendar. So I wanted just to take a moment just to provide a snapshot again of how to effectively navigate Schoology as a cyber learner. So I just grabbed a sample class here from my 7th grade English. And you can see on the left is the overall view from Schoology, but then I've zoomed into some important areas. So again, an important area, all of our teachers have either a daily agenda and assignments as listed here, or they have what's called recommended pacing guide for the week or module, and it will vary by course and level. We also have asked all of our teachers to organize their content either by week or by module. And again, that varies based upon the course and the instructional needs of the course. So students do need to click into each of those folders to see the instructional materials that are set up for the students. Too often, students are clicking just on the assignments and hoping to be able to be successful on completing the assessment or instructional task without the learning that has preceded it. So again, it is important as a cyber student that your child is clicking on the folder for that module or week and then progressing through the instruction as the teacher has designed it. You will also see the upcoming feed with assignments. So here you'll see like a quiz on point of view. There's also a paragraph and the paragraph graphic organizer. So just that snapshot of how students can see what's going on. That does show the upcoming. So some people have asked about past due assignments. Most of our teachers do have a folder as noted here for past work. But also if you click on the icon of the calendar, you will see the full snapshot of all the assignments and events. One pro tip I would be able to offer to you, and this is a great example of how to use Ms. Samaroni, is that your students can color code their calendar in Schoology. So if you're not familiar with how to do that, or you would like other pro tips like that, certainly do set up an appointment one-on-one with Ms. Samaroni, and she will be able to work with the students to provide them more support in a cyber learning environment. That is the conclusion of our introduction for tonight's program. Again, you have the opportunity to meet your students' teachers this evening, that they have this marking period. So I have 2 QR codes up here. If you would like to use your device, either your smartphone or tablet, you can either use the camera option to go, and this QR code will bring you directly to the presentation for this evening, either middle school or high school. But again, these links have been provided in the email you use to access this video. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me. Again, I'm Dr. Kristen Barnello. My email address is kbarnello, BARNELLO @WCASD. And my phone number to my direct line is 484-266-1197. Thank you so much for joining us, and I look forward to continuing to working with you and your students in the cyber program.